time you learn what it means to be a man.
Stay down! If I wanted it, you'd be dead already.
What's up, everybody?
Hi guys, it's us, Hidden Project. We're here to do our review about Batman v Superman.
If it wasn't obvious enough.
We just saw the movie. We have opinions.
Yeah.
A lot to talk about. Alright, so what I liked about this movie. This movie's like action-wise and comic book-wise. Like if you're a fan of the comics, if you know like the characters and all that, even ones that are not in the trailers, you're gonna like this movie. It's like it does really well with the whole Batman Superman thing. The fight's great. So the music's good. The CGI is pretty good most of the time, like 90% of the time. And overall, it's an enjoyable movie. It has its faults, but I'll get to that in a bit.
So, in general, what I liked about the movie, my favorite part was the music. It was a great ambience. The fighting sequences were incredible. As you know, there is fighting in this movie.
I hope so. I mean, it's called Batman v Superman.
The storytelling was a bit quick. It had to be done that way, just so people like who don't know about the comic or something like that, they compensated for that. But overall, it was a good movie. Aside from what critics had to say, I think it was a good movie.
For my opinion, I think the movie was great. I liked it a lot. I think you can tell I'm a Batman fan.
Ooh,
Ben Affleck, oh my god, yes. If you like the DC universe, all its characters, you're gonna love this movie. People are being a bit critic about it, but
A bit?
Yeah,
I was gonna say like a bit?
well,
Well,
it got
destroyed
a
this
little
movie.
bit too much critic, but I think they have to have like an open mind about it.
Yeah.
The movie has a lot of fighting sequence. It has good camera angle shots. It has good music. Like Saber was saying, it has really good music. It's really
sick
well
music.
placed. The cast, I think it's a great cast. And remember that this movie is building for a Justice League movie. It's just a start, so you can't like ask for it a lot when it's gonna give us stuff in parts.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
stepping
but it
stone.
still has to be done in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to
It
be
just
done in
can't
a
be
way.
thrown out there.
And I think it delivered what it was supposed to deliver. It was given a different side of what superhero movies are given nowadays,
Yeah.
and it's given a little bit more into the darker, dramatic side of the characters, which people right now are not used to it because we see all these movies about Marvel and we see the comedy stuff about it, and that's what people like about it.
Yeah.
And I think DC taking this route of a little bit more darker, I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, like I see the movie, and it's a lot obviously more serious than the Marvel movies. The Marvel movies, like every time that a villain would show up, it's like it's like kind of like a villain of the week. It's like, oh, now I have to fight the evil executive. Oh, now I have to fight the guy that captured the president. Here with the DC Cinematic Universe, obviously the stakes are higher. You're facing versus like an alien that could literally destroy the planet, and then there's Batman that thinks Superman is a threat because he's just like God.
It's not just a random thug.
Right.
No.
It's not like, oh, you want to poison the waters of this city alone. No, this guy could literally destroy the whole world.
Yeah.
Like the movie does has its faults. Like obviously it's getting these ratings for some reasons. Now I do think the pacing is a little bit all over the place. Like sometimes it goes like a really nice place. Sometimes it goes a little bit too fast. The information just flies. Like, whoa, wait, what was that? And sometimes it will just like drag on a few scenes. Not too many, but a few of them.
Yeah.
But that last third act, like the movie's called Batman v Superman. You're there to see Batman fight Superman, and that third act delivers. Actor-wise, I'm happy with the actors. Like I'm pretty sure we all were like, Ben Affleck, Daredevil as Batman. No, hell no.
Yeah, that's what
Everyone was, but he delivered.
I was skeptic. I didn't trust the guy
Everyone was skeptic
at first.
but he delivered. He was like probably one of the
Nailed it.
best characters in the movie, if not the best character.
Yeah,
I
I thought
think-
it was the best in the whole movie.
Something I liked about the movie is that they went a lot into detail in the martial arts, the
Training.
His
the
training, his training was fucking sick.
Yeah, also the visual effects, the music. They went into that detail that some other movies don't go into. But they set it aside. Yes, the story was kind of fast for my opinion, but if you see a lot of DC animated movies, that's kind of the pace they handle. They just have it like, okay, frenemies, friends, a new villain.
Right. Speaking of the villain, I think one of the problems with I think a lot of people read in the internet is that they showed up Doomsday in the second trailer, and I think they shouldn't have done that because like as soon as the movie was confirmed, like oh we're gonna do a Batman versus Superman movie, I knew there was gonna be like a moment where it's like oh Batman and Superman are gonna hate each other, they're gonna fight, but something's gonna happen where they have to work together, and that something happens to be Doomsday, and I'm pretty sure if they didn't show it, it would have been a little bit better received, but because we already know like Doomsday's gonna appear eventually, they're not gonna kill each other, so they're gonna fight to fight this thing. So
Yeah.
that's one of the things that I think.
I think my main problem with the movie was that some characters were kind of forced in the story.
Yeah.
But overall, I think the main characters, I think they did their job well. I mean, Henry Cavill is solid Superman for our era.
Yeah.
Gal Gadot was a really tight Wonder Woman.
Yeah, her fight scenes were.
Yeah, but the inclusion of her in the storyline was kind of meh.
Yeah, it felt a bit forced to me.
It felt a bit forced. I think the movie is getting an exaggerated level of criticism.
Yeah,
that it's just
definitely.
that it's just a horrible movie, and practically just don't go see it. That's what they're saying, you know. And there was like one critic that a friend of mine told me that he said there was no humor in the movie,
It
which
doesn't
was
have to have humor.
yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to have humor, and it was a really serious movie. It was a really dark movie, a PG-13 movie, and this movie is not for kids. Yeah, it's not understandable. I mean, in those like the plot, kids are there for the fights.
Yeah.
Kids are there for the action, the special effects, and the evil characters maybe. But this this movie gave a little bit more plot than the actual
Yeah,
fighting.
it's very plot heavy. Usually in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you always have like plot, fight scene, plot, ending battle.
Yeah.
And that keeps entertained for like the little kids and everything. This one is more plot heavy, a lot more plot heavy, and the actual action, you know, what you're there for, basically, that's in the last third act, which is an amazing third act. I'm not gonna say it isn't.
Yeah.
But usually, I don't think kids are gonna enjoy like 2 hours of like talking about what's right and what's wrong and the whole thing, you know.
In my opinion, guys, I think if you're gonna go watch the movie, you should go with an open mind.
Yeah.
Don't be a critic about it. I know.
Ignore the critics.
Ignore the critics. I
Hashtag
know the
critics.
trailers. Like for me, they spoiled a lot of the movie, so I stopped watching the trailers because I knew I was gonna get so hyped up that maybe the movie wasn't gonna deliver. And I think I did okay by doing this because when I went to see the movie, I felt like some parts of the movie I didn't see on the trailers that were on the trailers. I felt like surprised. I was like, oh, that's there?
Yeah.
Like I had that sense of emotion of finding out something for the first time.
Yeah.
And you know that's cool. But when you see it in a trailer, you kind of feel, well, I felt a little bit robbed of that emotion.
You felt obligated to place it in a part of the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
I was like,
Like, where's that scene gonna be?
Exactly. I was like the whole like I won't say what part that the Batman beating up the thugs was, but I was like over the half of the movie. I was like, why hasn't Batman fight the thugs yet? And once you start watching the movie, like, oh, the thugs are gonna be these guys. Like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
So it really like I mean it was an amazing fight scene. I'm not gonna say it isn't, but the trailer do unfortunately tell too much most sometimes. So
Yeah, that kind of ruined it for me. Like the trailers. I mean, especially the second trailer where it shows pretty much the whole plot.
And
Like,
Doomsday,
yeah, and how he meets with Superman. I think when they have this hearing with Superman at the courtroom, and just pretty much every fight sequence happened in the trailer. Like everything, they just told you like a little. It was like a little quick comic of what's gonna happen in the
yeah,
movie.
pretty much.
Yeah, and yeah, the critics are being too exaggerated over this movie, and we are not critics. We are not special people dedicated to this type of stuff.
We're just
we're just fans
We
of
still
the
don't get
franchise.
invited to the shows.
Yeah, we're just fans of the franchise, and I think it's a really good thing to get a fan perspective of the movie, because not everybody's gonna have the same thoughts as a critic, and they're gonna have more detail into the movie.
Yeah, not everybody watches or reads the comic books,
Right, they
or
don't.
watch the animated movies. These are people that, for some reason, they just go to the movies and watch the movies of superheroes and never have even seen
They don't know
the
their
plotline
story.
of a comic book or.
I can understand that, because the movie has to adapt to like the society. I think
Yeah.
it's not that bad, but when you go all out and just destroy it, I don't think it did deserve that kind of rap. I think you should all go see this movie. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
It has a lot to offer. You just have to like pay attention to the details. With this movie, they're gonna come out with the individual movies for each character. Wonder Woman's movie's coming out soon. The secondary characters, we're gonna see more about them and them developing with the main character either being Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman.
I don't think you should try to excuse the quickness of it, but it was okay. It was okay. The inclusion of the characters was okay, and the storyline was okay. What really blew me away was the music and the fight scenes.
Yeah.
And the characters that they chose. And for all you fans out there will be a ton of Easter eggs.
Yeah, you have to pay
eggs.
attention to that.
Yeah, that you will know. And just one last thing, there is nothing after the credits.
Yeah, it's just a waste of time.
Do not. Yeah, it's a waste of time.
Yeah, overall, I mean, the movie has its flaws. It's not perfect. No movie's perfect.
It's the first one. It's gonna get better.
Yeah, it's gonna get better. I'm pretty sure that.
Yeah, I hope so.
WB, I'm sure they're gonna hear the backlash. Well, not the backlash, but like, wow, the critics don't really like how it turned out, and they'll definitely work on Justice League, which starts filming next month. So, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
that's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Suicide Squad and all that stuff. Number one, I think the movie is not as bad as they say.
Yeah, ditto.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree on that.
I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
A tight 7.
Yeah, I'm like 7 too. I'm gonna give it a 7. I mean, I want to give it an 8, obviously a 9, 10, but it does have its flaws. But
I almost give it an 8 because of the fight.
I mean, it's not Iron Man 3. It's not Superman Returns, which people think like it has a better rating. I don't understand why, but 7 out of 10 for me.
7 out of 10.
For me, it's a 9.
A 9.
Yeah.
You said 8 last night. But yeah.
I'm not biased at all.
But yeah, go watch the movie, ignore the critics, and
Enjoy it.
have
an
your own
mind
opinion about it. And we hope to hear about it in the comments.
Forget about the trailers.
Yeah, exactly. Forget about the trailers from this point on forward. Any movie you want to go see, just go watch it. Just don't watch the trailer because it's just
They're gonna ruin it for you.
It's hard. Like I'm a trailer.
it's hard to not watch the trailer. But yeah. Thank you for watching the whole video.
Give us
We
a like,
are-
subscribe.
We are a hidden project. Like, subscribe, comment. So that's it, guys. See you
That's
next time. Later.
Have a good day.
Let's go.
I really hope next time you don't hit the camera because I feel like.